Hey everyone and welcome back. Today we're doing a wedding guest inspired makeup tutorial. So if you've got a wedding that you're going to this year and you're going from the day to the night time, then this look is definitely inspired by that. It's really long wearing and I think it's definitely one of them looks that will take you from day to night time. You could always switch up a few things like the lip colour or apply a little bit more eyeliner and things for the night time, but to be honest I think this looks pretty glam the way it is. So I really hope you enjoy it. Let me know if you do down in the comments below, and don't forget to give it a big thumbs up as well and subscribe. And if you want to see how we got this makeup look, then keep watching. So this is the kind of makeup that we need to last all day and night, so I am actually going to prime today. I don't usually prime, but I'm going to use one today. I'm going to use this one. This is the This Works in Transit Camera Close Up, and it says that it's in mask, moisturiser and primer in one, so sounds pretty good to me. And then to add a bit of glow underneath my makeup, I'm going to use the Tiny Bit Face Illuminator again, which I also used in my last video. And I just absolutely love this at the moment. And I like to apply that with this brush. This is the Oval Face brush from Makeup Revolution. I have also had to turn my lights off in the background because all my videos at the moment just seem so yellow and I just can't fix it. I'm not that much of a techie person, I am very much a novice, so I'm struggling to fix the yellowness. So for the time being I have had to turn my mirror lights off. I'm going to try and get something else maybe for the background, maybe like a smaller light or something, I'm not sure. I think it's because it's not just them lights there, they go all the way around this mirror, so they just do look really yellow and orange. I need to maybe try and get different bulbs or something. I don't know, but we'll sort something out. So for today, I hope that my lighting is okay. So now we've got a nice hydrating and glowing base, I'm going to move on to foundation, and I did actually want to use my L'Oreal True Match foundation, but it's really too dark for me at the moment. I think I'm a little bit in denial of how pale I am. I do need to fake tan. I tried to find a few of my fairer toned foundations today to go with my skin. So I'm using the Makeup Forever HD Stick Foundation in the shade Y245, and then I'm also going to mix in a bit of the MAC Studio Fix Fluid in the shade NC25. And I do need to try a few new foundations. I think I always tend to use sort of the same ones. So if you've got any recommendations of foundations that you are enjoying at the moment, then please let me know because I am on the hunt for some more. I'm gonna just use a pump of this one on the back of my hand and then just use my beauty blender to blend all this out. I do like this HD stick foundation from Makeup Forever, but if I have got any texture on my skin I find that it does cling to it a little bit, so it's not the one that I usually would grab, but my skin isn't too bad at the moment, so it's looking quite nice today. And then I'm just going to do a little bit of colour correcting. This is the Peachy Concealer from the Insta Conceal and Correct palette. I did a little review on these as well if you want to see that. I'll leave it down in the description bar. And I'm just going to use a small amount of this because my under eyes for some reason are so dark today. Maybe I need a little bit more sleep. And I'm just going to lightly pat that in. And then for concealer, I'm going to use the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and this one is in the shade Custard. I think it's hard to decide what sort of look to go for when it's like a wedding makeup because it needs to be suitable for like the daytime and for nighttime as well. So I think it is acceptable to go quite glam to a wedding because I want it to last and look good for nighttime as well. I'm also going to go in to highlight a few areas with this MAC Prep and Prime pen. This is in the shade Light Boost, and I'm just using this to sort of highlight because the concealer was sort of the same colour as my foundation and I do want to highlight today, so this is going to help just brighten up those areas a little bit. And always make sure that you blend down onto your neck as well because foundation lines are not acceptable. Okay, I'm going to just go in and set that quick with the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to do my concealed areas with a sponge, and then I'll take some on a little brush and do the rest of my face. I love this powder so much because I really do feel like it makes a difference. My makeup will not budge if I've got this on, so if I was attending a wedding or a special occasion, this I would have to wear. And then the rest on a fluffy brush, and I'm just patting this on rather than rubbing it around. Okay, I think we are definitely set in place, but because I have gone for more of a full coverage base, we've lost that definition, so we need to go in with a few products to bring that back. So I'm first going to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills contour kit, and I can't decide which colour to use. I think I'm going to go in with the shade here. I'm just taking a Real Techniques contour brush and just a small amount of this because I don't want to go crazy. I'm just swooping some of this down onto my contours of my cheeks, and then I also like to do a bit around the forehead as well. And you can already see a little bit more life coming back into the skin. Okay, now I'm going to go over that with some bronzer. This is the Sun Bronze Bronzer from Rimmel. And I'm just going straight over the top with this. This is a lot more warmer in tone. So I'm blending this up onto the cheeks to add some more warmth to the skin. And I always like to go a little bit down the sides of my nose because that can become to look a bit flat. I'm not really in to the whole nose contouring thing, to be honest, only because I really don't know how to do it. I wouldn't know how to do it on myself, but it wouldn't look stupid, so that's why I never contour my nose. I'm going to go in with MAC's Give Me Sun now. This is going to be the final bronzer that we use, and I've switched to a more fluffy brush for this. This is the Real Techniques blush brush. This is one of my favourites. I think if you have any of fluffy brush in your collection, it has to be this one. I like to go in a 3 motion when I do my bronzer, so I go around my forehead and then onto my cheeks, and I always do under my chin as well, and I do like to blend it down my neck because I am quite heavy-handed when it comes to bronzer, which doesn't really matter that much when I've got a tan, but when I haven't today, and I think that I have, then sometimes I can put on a little bit too much. And then finally I'm going to add a little bit of blush. This is the Luminoso Baked Blush from Milani, and these are so pretty, and you don't even need that much either because they are so pigmented. And I always like to add a little bit across the nose as well. I don't know why, it's just something that I've always done. So that is my base done. I'm going to quickly do my eyebrows because nobody's got time to sit and watch me do them. I have got an eyebrow tutorial as well, which I will also leave down in the description bar, so I'll be back in 1 sec. Okay, eyebrows are done now, and I've used the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in the shade Chocolate, and then I like to brush up all of my hairs so they're set in place, and I use the Brow Drama from Maybelline, and this is in the shade Medium Brown. And because we want this makeup to be super long lasting, I'm going to use an eyeshadow base today. This is the Soft Ochre Paint Pot from MAC. This can sometimes feel a little bit drying, so you can just use concealer. I use concealer most of the time, to be honest, but I thought I'd switch it up a little bit today and use this. It feels really nice like once it's set in place, and it is a really good base for your eyeshadow, especially if you want the colours to really stand out and you want it to be really long lasting as well. Then I use this, but honestly concealer works pretty much the same. And then if you do use an eyeshadow base, I do feel like you need to set it in place before you start trying to blend eyeshadows because it just won't happen. So you can either take some translucent powder, or I'm just going to go in with the palette that I'm going to use today. This is the Carli Bybell palette, and I'm just going to take like that light tone there. This way you've got a really nice base to work with, and because you set it, it's not just applying onto cream, so it will blend a lot easier. And for this makeup look, I don't really want to go too heavy with the eyes, which is why I've gone a little bit more full coverage and bronzy with the base, because that still looks nice and glam, but I don't want the eyes to be too heavy. So I'm going to start with this really light brown shade there, and this is going to be a transition shade. I'm actually going to swoop this all over the lid first as well, and I'm not going to be doing winged eyeliner for a change. And I am applying this into the crease and blending it out towards my brow, but just really softly. Then I'm going to switch on to this more orangey brown, and I'm going to do pretty much the same with this, but I'm going to keep it on the outer part of the lid and into the crease, still blending it out towards my brow. And then next I'm going to take this brown pencil from MAC. This is in the shade Teddy. Roughly line the tops of my lashes, and then I'm going to take this dark brown there on a little pencil brush, and I'm going to use that to buff it out. And then I'm going to go back in with that dark brown we've just used to smudge out that liner, and just apply a little bit of this to the outer corners. And I think for a wedding you've got to have a little bit of sparkle, so for the inner corner I'm going to use this shade. This to me is like more of a duo cream shade, so it's like goldy but with like pink flecks in it as well. It's going all in the inner corner. Such a pretty shade. And then for the under eyes I'm going to take the same pencil and I'm going to line my waterline with this. And then I'm going to take that shade that we've used on our eyes, I'm just going to smudge that out a bit. Switching my brush because I like my under eyes blended down quite far. I know I say this quite a lot, but I do feel like it hides all the creasing under my eyes. Okay, I'm going to curl my lashes. I had a dream the other night that I curled my lashes and all my lashes came off. I don't know what hidden meaning is to that, but you know when you wake up in the morning and you've had a really weird dream and you wake up and you think that it's true and it's happened? I had one of those moments. I'm wearing this La Roche-Posay mascara. We'll see what it's like. Wow, that is a really nice mascara. Look how long that's made my lashes. Wow. I am going to apply some lashes and I'm going to use my favourite Ardell Demi Wispies because I feel like these are so comfortable for day and night as well, and I know that I could wear these all day and all night and they wouldn't irritate me or anything like that. Plus, because we haven't done too much liner, the band on these aren't that thick, so they should look nice and natural. And then I'm going to finish off the face with my highlight, and I've been really excited to use this brush. This is the Spectrum A10 brush. I got it in this month's Glossy box, and I'm going to use, which one am I going to use? I think I'm going to use the Goldie shade in this palette. Wow, that looks so nice. This brush is really good actually because it applies it in just the right place. And I'm going to use that pinky one to highlight my brow bone and my inner corners. And then finally for lips, I'm going to start by using KoKo lip pencil from Kylie, and I'm going to line and fill in my lips with this. And over the top I'm going to use this lipstick from MAC. This is in the shade Fleur de Coral, but I think it may be discontinued, so if I can't find it I'll leave something very similar down in the description bar. Then because this is for a special occasion, I'm going to be a little bit extra. I'm going to use this lip topper from Jouer Cosmetics in the shade Skinny Dip, and I always go for a matte lip as well, so I thought this will make it a little bit different. And then of course the final thing we need to do is set it in place, and I'm going to use the Fix Plus from MAC. So that completes today's wedding guest and makeup look, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you did down in the comments below, and don't forget to give it a big thumbs up as well and subscribe, and I will see you soon. Bye!